Ramadan, Ya Ramadan, Ya Ramadan, Saru Salam, Saruna, Sarul Islam, Saru Salam, Saru Ramadan. Good morning and welcome to صدقة سار البركة سار المحبة سار الرحمة الحمد لله بشهر رمضان سار رمضان سار الخير الحمد لله بشهر رمضان يا رمضان يا رمضان. Good morning and welcome to the Eyeball Show on Vibes FM 106.1. Join us as we engage Duduja in a gripping conversation. Duduja, the APRC turncoat who switched sides to President Barrow's ruling NPP, is our guest today. We will dive into the reason behind his move and tackle the big question. Was it really the national interest? Mr. Ja, welcome to the Eyeball Show, and how are you?
I'm doing fine, Brother Usman. Thank you for hosting me, and my greetings goes to each and every one of your listeners and those who are really favorite followers of this radio and the program, saying Ramadan Karim to all of them.
Very good. So let's go straight into the program proper, and I will begin by asking what prompted your resignation from the APRC and switch to Barrow's NPP?
Well, thank you very much. A question that so many people have been asking. It's been over a year now. My resignation was since last year, and it took almost 11 months or more before I joined the NPP. So definitely it was nothing instant, but politics comes with responsibility. When I was the deputy spokesperson and director of media of the APRC, at some point in time, I was very dormant in my position. So many questions normally do come my way from party sympathizers, supporters, which I barely could give them answers that they needed. And dormancy occurred as far as the position was concerned, in as much as engaging the media and implementing some action plans that the party had. So I felt it wouldn't be fair on those that I was leading, that I was not executing my function. So I have to tender my resignation. That's one. On the other hand, my family wanted me to take my feet off the pedal as far as politics was concerned, due to some family reasons and on the other engagements I was involved in within the family. So I took, I could say, not a very long active break, but a brief one.
Okay, very good. So call 7525555 to share your thoughts, ask question, or join the discussion live here on Vibes FM. Mr. Ja, given APRC's alliance with NPP, what implication does your resignation as APRC deputy PRO holds?
Well, I wouldn't say there are implications involved that is so severe that it could create tensions.
Okay.
Politics is like that. People join, people say goodbye, others will come on board. Positions are always filled when they are vacant. Sometimes even other people can outperform. They can do better than I did within the APRC. One thing for certain, I have a base in this country as far as politics is concerned. Base in a sense, there are people who believe in you, people who like you. They're always behind you, no matter what steps, what directions you take in politics, they're willing to thread with you to the end of that journey. And this is one thing, some are APRC, others might not be. They have always assured me wherever, whatever you do in politics, wherever you head to, we're definitely behind you. And it is a large following, whether it's known or not. There are so many people that tell me, when you go into NPP, we're behind you and we're going to join your crusade.
So what specific actions or decisions by the current APRC leadership do you feel are in aligned with party aspiration?
Well, not anything specific. APRC is a party that has its own aims and objectives. It has its own goals and programs. compared to other political parties differently. I can say being part of the alliance, the party is still very considerate about this partnership that they have with the NPP and other political parties. And some of the activities are done jointly. That is, whatever the alliance organizes, they partake in it. Whatever they organize, they also invite the alliance in it. So I would say there's a smooth relationship and exchange of activities as far as it is concerned. There are no conflicts that I think it's worth mentioning or that has surfaced.
Okay. Okay. Did you communicate these concerns to APRC leadership before resigning? And if so, how did they respond?
Well, like I mentioned, it's like an year ago.
Mm.
And in its actuality, it started about 3 years ago in 2023, when my family put a lot of pressure that let me join NPP and say goodbye to APRC. It was very tough, very difficult on me. I have to engage the party leader, the Right Honorable Fabakary Tombong Jatta. I went to his home in Carnifin, have a one-on-one with him, gave him the reasons that led to my family wanting me to leave APRC and join the NPP. He acknowledged, he accepted, advised me, and tell me where to step my feet. He even told me at the time, even him, if he wants to resign and join another party, nobody can stop him. So it was a very fruitful discussion that I had myself and him. But early morning, I started receiving calls from other executive members. It didn't go down well with them, and they wanted me to stay in the party. Some appeal, some pleaded with me vigorously. Others, to some extent were emotional that I should leave the party. And it came at a time when preparations were on for the local government elections. So they have to transmit the information. Some of them thought maybe the pressure was from the NPP. I said, no, these are internal issues within my family and people that are very close to me as far as politics was concerned. So they have to let the NPP know that this could create a row within the party, and especially, within an election period. So they even have to reach out to me, people from the NPP who are part of the leadership. They told me, okay, would advise you stay with the APRC. Let's all work together as an alliance because we are heading to elections, and these elections are very crucial, and we want to win this election. Now, 3 years on, I stayed with the party. I continued doing my best, which proves and shows there was no personal vested interest, in the move that I wanted to make. I stayed and I continued with the APRC until last year, Ramadan.
Mm. Mm. Was resignation the only option you saw to address this issue?
Well, exactly. Some of them never saw it coming. I reached out to the leadership and engaged a few of the executive members. Some told me they thought maybe, I was just bluffing. They never expected it. When I sent my resignation, I was even told that I sent it to the admin secretary 1 and 2. They said, no, I should send it directly to the party leader. I said, well, you people are in charge of the bureau. You can extend my communications. And I put it in the APRC National Executive page. I shared with other WhatsApp groups within the APRC, and I think they picked it up, put it on social media. Media houses started coming to me asking questions, and I made the clarity, online for them to transmit the news.
Okay. So many Gambians, including myself, thought you will join Talib's UMC after supporting him. Why did you choose NPP over UMC?
Yes, like I said, since 2023, the goal was to join the National People's Party, and especially some of my family members are NPP, some are sympathizers. Others recognize the potentials that I have. They think I fit better working for the incumbent, and the party that is running the helm and that is at the helm of affairs in this country. Talib is a brother, is a friend. We have a very strong bond. He definitely values me, shows respect. I have shared a lot in him, where we engage, share ideas, sometimes to the extent to giving advice. But it has never came to my attention that he was going to form his own party and the like. All that while the relation we had, he used to tell me sometimes jokingly, I cannot force you to come to UDP, but I'll be very happy if you join our party. These were some of the messages he's been sending. And to be honest, he has never forced me in, aligning with his political party or his political ambitions. Not for once. He had that respect that I was APRC. Even when I resigned from the executive last year, he called. He says, I'm getting information that you resigned. I said, yes. He wanted me to confirm. He says, what are the reasons? Hope there are no problems. I said, no. The reasons are more of family and personal, and I'm not serving as expected. So I decided to tender my resignation. And he never told me, okay, I am happy you resigned or welcome to UDP and the like. That's where the conversation ended. So he respected my party affiliation. He respected where I belong to.
Okay. How did you reconcile your claim that joining NPP serves the national interest, given your previous stand and affiliation?
Previous stance and affiliation perhaps would need more clarity, but I get the idea because some of my videos are going viral.
Yes.
These were years ago, precisely in 2019, when APRC, we were an opposition, not only an opposition with a difference. And it came at a very, very tough time, for us, the party and membership, when some of our party members during that time were arrested. I am referring to 2017 to 2019. These were very difficult years for the APRC party as an opposition. Some even went to mile two, others were taken to the police, had court cases, some of which I was at the helm of affairs, where I was receiving information from people who had previously served in government during the APRC, who were civil servants, some who were at the time even serving the government. They were giving me information about some of the lapses, the loopholes, the issues that are happening within the government. Comes the time between President Barrow, the fragility between him and the UDP. When people were putting pressure, Dabo should resign, no, Barrow should sack him. And within that period, what was on was the commissions, Jane Commission, TRRC. Not much of development happened in this country. This is between 2017 2019. And it was a period that we were harsh, very, very, very hard on government, trying to hold them accountable, responsible for whatever was happening within the country, and all odds were against the APRC. These are things that I said, and up till today, I stand by that without having any regrets or remorse about it. And this has been trending since 2021, when I decided to support His Excellency President Barrow and the NPP to get re-elected in 2021. The same videos they were sharing. And when they had that I've joined the NPP, they're bringing it back. That is social media. Even we go to 2031, I still declare support for the president or the NPP. They will again share the videos. So that's the trend of social media, which I accepted in good faith. Now, if we talk about national interest, it depends how others define national interest. National interest is very broad. Now, any issue that is of an interest to a country and the citizens, you call that national interest. When it comes to the interest of education, it's national. It's not meant for a specific people, tribe, or area. It's open for all Gambians because our constitutions provide right to education. So government is making it accessible. So which is an interest? Agriculture, likewise. You talk about security, you talk about health. All these things that will bring about development, be it road networks, be it about access to clean water, to electricity, etc. All these are national interests. And government is definitely threading this path. It's opening up and calling everybody that come on board, let us build this country. And that is the invitation that I received from the NPP, from the president, that we definitely would want to work with you. We'll be happy if you join us, build this country together. Like I said, last year when I resigned, they came knocking my doors. NPP, UDP, GDC, you name them. But I told them, my family said, let me take a break from politics. For now, I am going to sit back, do very little in politics, and see what the future holds. But I would say, luckily, MTP came knocking, and it's like they were the ones, who had my blessings.
As an individual or politician, how do you gauge or how do you see Gambians, trying to bring your past videos or audios, trying to contrast what has been said, in 2017 and what has been done to date? How do you feel as a politician or as an individual?
I feel very normal.
Okay.
Some have been people who know me, maybe from a distance through social media. They even shared with me in my WhatsApp that, am I allowed to post this video? I said, yes. I mean, the original people who made those videos, I tell them, be my guest. You can post it, you can share with other people. I feel people are entitled to their stance in politics, their opinions, whatever they believe they could use as a campaign campaign tool. This is something normal. Like I said, 2021, they did the same. By then, TikTok wasn't active in our country. I cannot ascertain whether TikTok existed or not, but WhatsApp was the active social media and Facebook that they used. Drill anything in me. I always have an ambition, a plan in politics. Whatever the goal is, whatever the objective, I focus in working through it, and I respect people's opinion. I people to speak freely, to act freely in the political space, because they lead, for gruesomely or like enmity with people. No, my perception is politics. I don't even respond to some of these negative attacks, some of these, you know, um, intimidations coming my way. I take it lightly, and I know if you're not in the field of politics, most of these things wouldn't come your way. So for me, it's very normal, and it's nothing new. Like I said, history is just repeating itself, and I believe it will continue to do so. And as a politician, we should have a thick skin. But like I said, what I said exactly at the time, these were things that were factual, it were happening, and as an opposition, we felt we should hold government accountable. And from then and now, if you make comparison, a lot has changed, a lot. So many things are different from 2017 to 19, when Barrow was at the helm of affairs, being part of the UDP party, when the breakaway happened between Barrow and the UDP, until NPP came as a party. I think that was a turning point. That was the turning point when NPP was established as a political party.
Okay. So you mentioned parties like GDC, and if I am right, PDOIS, to have approached you after your APRC resignation. Who specifically from this party reached out to you?
Well,
Was
for the PDOIS, I had few elder brothers, I would call them, who are very close to me in one way or the other. They approached me, and some of them in the diaspora who wanted me to join the PDOIS. They felt it was the right party for me. Is a party where
who were these brothers? Was it
uh,
Pasamba Jao
no, 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 not
who?
not not Pasamba.
Okay.
Honorable Musa Cham. He's an elder brother to me. He's a friend of my elder brother. He always tell me, you should come to PDOIS, join us. Let's do a lot together. He's someone I have high regards for. Because I am from Dipakuda, he's from London Corner. It's the highway that separates us. So these are relationships that have been built for so many years. Some of them in the diaspora. I don't want to give a list of names. One of them also, he goes by the name Great Tinker. Some call him Sheikh Bai. He lives in the UK. He advises me a lot. At some point in time, he even tell me, I think it would be best for you to join the NPP and work for this government. You still have potentials. There's a lot you can do. Even though he's PDOIS, he said, I see a future for you to go there. We had a conversation on telephone. And he gave me this advice. It's like a lot of people, as when the party comes, then I will see what decision I can make, but I'm not going to go knocking their door. So a lot of people, despite for them, they're from different political parties, but all their focus is how we can move this country forward. Either it's their party in charge or not. That has happened. For the GDC, it was some executive members who visited me at home. We had this chat, but at the time I told them I have taken my foot off the pedal as far as politics is concerned. But let's see what happens in the future. One of their members by the name Omar Kebaba has been very keen. He said, I'll make a follow-up on you. He sent me messages, checks on me time to time, seeing how I am doing. So these are all issues that happen on the side of UDP too. Some of them called in the diaspora here. They wanted me to even today, they still tell me, why did you go to NPP, leave NPP, come to UDP? That shows my style of politics. I am open to all politicians, political leaders, political parties. I have nothing against any party, and I have given them the utmost respect as far as politics is concerned. Anything that they would share, you don't see me attacking people directly, insulting them, or using derogatory language. That is not my style of politics. I always stand my opinion, whatever I stand by it, and I express it respectfully and to the extent that people have been showing appreciation. Up till at the Rafala National Conference, people told me you've made the right decision for me. So I'm still, they wish me well, they pray for me, receiving very positive messages.
Of politics is unique, different from others?
Yes, I can proudly and boldly say that because I come from a religious background. Religious background, in a sense, I always put Islam, always hold myself accountable. I know that and the creator Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala is going to join us. We're going to be accounted for everything we say, for everything we do, all actions that we've been taking. It will come into account. So this is one of the things. When I started actively in politics in 2016-17, I said and I prayed that, may Allah protect me from lying or saying things that are not true in politics. That's why it makes it very difficult, even if against my own government, my party, I say it, as it is. As to some extent, some people are not happy about it. But like I said, Islam, it's my goal. Allah is all watcher over me. So my concentration, my focus in that. And hardly you see people who had that mentality. Some of them will tell you politics is dirty. I am among those who first said it on you. Nobody forces you to cheat, to be corrupt, or to decision. But politics is a system. It's what runs countries. It's what governs us. It what takes us, towards development, towards democracy, human rights. So it cannot be the system can be infiltrated, or people that are part of it could choose to do otherwise. So let's accept the system, that it's something good. It has driven a lot of countries and nations to development and catapult them to be champions, of human rights, etc. So that cannot be dirty. I came with that mentality and saying, no, it is not dirty. And it is still my belief that politics is not dirty, but some politicians are the problem.
So in short, it's like you are telling me that politics is what you make it.
Politics
It's what you make it. If you turn it to be dirty, it will be dirty. If you turn it to be nice, it will be nice.
Exactly. Even when it comes to not only politics, like take religion, for example, there are people, who show or present themselves as religious people. Islam is perfect. Islam has no problem, but Muslims are never perfect. There are a lot of things some Muslims do. People tend to mix that and blame the religion for that instead of blaming the people that are committing this act. Because Islam is from Allah, and Allah is a very, very, very perfect God without any deficiencies. So definitely the religion is perfect, but the Muslims are not. So politics is a system. The system is well and good. It's very okay. Like I said, it has built so many countries. But the drivers of that system, that is the politician, they are the problem.
Okay. How do you respond to critics who argue that your move prioritize elites' interests over national interests, suggesting capitalist alliance override broader concern?
Well, in politics, I have that belief. It is part of my philosophy that anything that would only benefit me, may Allah not give it to me. I don't focus on self. In Islam, even when you become a leader, the Prophet ﷺ said, Sayyidul Qawmi khadimuhum. A leader of a people is a servant of the people. Now, being a servant, you can't be self-centered, only thinking about you, what benefits you will have alone. Like I said earlier, there are people who believe in me, small as it is, or as large or big it is. I always consider them. I engage them. I talk to them. I move to NPP. I don't go alone. I go with people. Whatever comes my way, whatever benefits I have, I share with people. Nothing is personal. Like I said, it took me about 11 months before I made a decision in joining NPP, before I could move to another party. If it was something personal, people have resigned today. The next day, they announce I have joined this political party. Some few days, a week, 2 weeks, a month. But it took me 11 good months. I resigned from the
11 months, we will just say 1 year.
Closely, yes, to 1 year. And since I am back into politics, I've never joined any political party. It is the first time in my life to leave one party and join another political party. So there is no vested interest, especially when other political parties have been after me. Some came to me. I did not talk to their party leaders directly, but they made promises. Come and join us. Our party leader has a liking for you. He will give you a car. He will buy a company. Are just words trying to attract you, but that's not the reason why I do politics. I do politics to serve. With all these years I've been in APRC, people cannot label and say this is the personal interest that he had, but instead I have contributed a lot in helping to build this party at all length at any cost. That is me. I serve the people, not what I can benefit or get from. People very close to me, they can tell you that. It's not about self-praise. Others might think that, but I assure you, along the way, you might come to meet some people that know me, I've worked with. They will tell you how I have been operating and some of the things I do, not for me to list them on there.
But was it not true that you were asked to join NPP based on, that the president will give you so and so? Because we've seen other politicians that came here and then said, they were asked to join NPP and even offered some, millions. Some
Oh,
said 30 millions.
I,
Did Duduja, or was Duduja also promised 30 million in order to join the NPP?
well, a party I wanted to join after having a family discussion in 2023, then I would have been a millionaire by now. If they had made that offer, of course, I would have accepted that. But that has never happened. I have a personal relationship with His Excellency President Barrow from 2021 to date. There were some hitches here and there, misunderstand. That's politics. Sometimes people see you close to the president or even within the APRC. I had my challenge very close to the party leader. Some people went to the party leader trying to, take me off the hook. This is very normal in politics. It happens in all political parties, if not all, or I would say most of them, they have these challenges that if they see you close to the leadership, they feel otherwise. Sometimes, they said, why him and not me? These are some issues that happen. For President Barrow, I've sat with him, discussions in group. I have one-on-one on President Barrow several occasions. I have one-on-one with him and his nephew and all that. He has never made promises to me personally, not for position, not for anything else. And I've never gone knocking his asking either. I'm saying it on media online. People can say, no, what he said is not factual. These are the facts. I don't do that in politics. No matter how close I get to people.
Is Duduja expecting a position should the president give him one?
Expecting, not really. Like I said, I am very fall on you. It cannot miss if Allah decrees that it would be. And again, I am, from the manhaj of Ahlus Sunnah wal Jama'ah. And the Prophet ﷺ says, whoever looks for whoever claims interest or there's an ulterior motive. As far as the Sunnis are concerned, you don't go around knocking doors and asking for position. And I have never done that. Nobody will come to you and say, Dudija came or he was trying to, lobby or do this to have a position. It has not happened in my life, and I will continue to focus in doing the needful. Whatever comes my way, I don't accept position because it's just giving. No, I would say this on air. Somebody who called me so that they wanted me to replace Honorable Sidi Njai at the time. He was the spokesperson and press secretary. APRC never had a deputy spokesperson. It's not even in the constitution. But what is in the constitution is spokesperson and press secretary. When Sidi decided to go to Barrow Youth Movement in 2018, he offered me his position. Sidi never told me. He went to the executive, talked to them that he's leaving. Now, who can replace you? He recommended me to Tuja. I'm saying it. Ask it in Jai, he will tell you. Rambo called me and says, we're at the bureau. The party leader is here. The executive were discussing. CD is going to join Barrow Youth Movement. There was no NPP at the time, and we would want you to take his position. I told Rambo that that's a very big responsibility within the party. He said, we know, but we'll all work with you. I said, yes. Can I have the TOR? Let me see. If I can do it, I'll accept it. If not, you look for somebody else. Wallah, I am fasting, and you can engage Rambo anytime because he called me personally. At some point of the discussion, he told me, CD is here with us. CD was telling him on the phone, tell him I am here because I had that, good relationship with Sidi Njai, his younger brother Alassane Njai. We used to move together during the days of APRC at the time, and we were all part of a movement called Youth in Defense of APRC, which I was the president of that group, who supported the APRC party and did a lot. That position came, I told them, let them give me TOR. But later, the position went to Amul Nyasi. They felt that still we need, Rambo insisted, we need this young man. That's when they created the deputy and they made me deputy spokesperson. And at the time, Amul was a member of parliament. He was very busy with parliament based on the select committees that he was part of. He said, the secretarial job also will be handed over to me because he wouldn't have time. That's why I became the deputy spokesperson and secretary. Later, the secretary, they were tussle, like I tell you in politics. You know, someone wanted the position. They were push and pull. The party leader told me, can you relinquish the secretary, give it to A? I said, no problem. He said, but I don't want you just to be deputy. Create a position for yourself and I will endorse. That's when I came up with director of media. I created that position within the APRC and the party leader, Fabakare, endorsed it. Then later, I remained as the deputy spokesperson and director of media until my resignation. This was my portfolio. So I don't lobby for positions and I don't go looking for it because the ulterior goal is I want to serve at any capacity. As far as I can do it, I'm always happy to serve. So I'm not the type, who focus on positions.
Okay. So in one of your radio interviews, you said you haven't discussed or sought a position with President Barrow.
Yes.
What was the purpose of your meeting with him and how does this align with your stated goal of working for the nation?
I have several meetings with the president. He's the leader of this nation. What you discuss with the leader, you don't disclose that in public. Okay. Nothing negative, nothing harmful. It's all centered towards development. He poured his heart out to me, what type of Gambia he wants to foresee. I'm telling you, in 2021, 2022, when he emphasized he want road networks in this country, he want to connect everywhere you want to go to the Gambia, within the Gambia, around the country, people should have access. I told him that's a very big ambition because road networks are very expensive. He said, I know, I want to focus in it. And that was a time he, told me about GRA's collection. They will do what it takes to make sure that, the more revenue collected, there will be, it will be invested in our national projects. He told me what he wants Gambians to have access to electricity so that they can have, access to education, health. He thought very big of what type of Gambia, he wants. And time and again, you hear President Barrow in his statements, in his speeches at rallies, Benyim Banko Dokula. He's going to build this country more than the two previous governments, both Jawara and Jammeh did. This is the ambition that Barrow has. And partly he is working towards that, and he is achieving it. Some people will say, what is he saying? Is he trying to praise the president? No, let me give you facts. Let's come to electricity. I'll give you statistics. It started.
In which I'm not cutting you, in which my people are very pleased. If you go to Nyomi now, they are celebrating electricity. You go to our sons in Jara.
Definitely. But people don't know the history. I want to give you the history, and data that a lot of Gambians don't know. Electricity in this country dates back to 1816, during the colonial. That's when Gambia first started access to electricity, whereby the colonial masters, not all of them, main areas, main centers, the capital, had access to electricity. Came the PPP government, came the Jammeh government. From 1816 to 2016, when Jammeh have to leave, it's a period of 200 years. 223 communities has access to electricity. Between 200 history where it started, 200 years, 223 communities. Now, 2016, 18, 19, from 2019 to 2025 is a period of 6 years. Is a period of about 8 years, rather. And within that span, within that 8 years, 414 communities had access to electricity. Almost twice the size of the number, 223, 414, within a span of 8 years. Now, come 2026, the beginning of 2026, January touching to February, it increased to 719 communities that has access to it. Massive development. That has never happened. So electricity, people say water is life. Now, NAWEC and the Minister of Energy are saying that light is life. And this is what they have given to communities within the rural Gambia. They have transformed life. They have changed communities. And it's not the end. The target is 90% is covered. Within that 200 years, 60% was covered. 60% Gambia had access to electricity. Now, a span of 8 years, another 30% was added, making it 90. And they're saying within 6 months, before the end of this year, this 2026, it will be 100%. Every community in this country is going to have access to electricity. It dates back to 2021. What His Excellency President Adam Barrow told me, I want the whole country to have access to electricity. But this is made possible possible through donors and partners like the European Investment Bank, the EU, the World Bank Group, the ECOWAS. They have been partners. They have supported through, projects such as the ECORI, which is the economic the ECOWAS Rural Electrification Access Project. They want universal access to all rural areas to have access to electricity. But again came the JAM project, that is Gambia Electricity Restoration and Modernization Project, which the government also has invested about $400 million to support that. So this has made it possible. His Excellency President Barrow, with the hard effort, his government is very lucky to make sure that he's giving access to all Gambians so that they will have access to electricity. Road networks after the Ramadan. All that is covered. Work is in progress. Another 200 kilometers is going to be launched. Shortly after that, another 500-kilometer road also will be launched. One is through the Gambia government. The other is through the World Bank. And again, water, it's also on its way from Tujer and go to other ends. Pipes are being holes are dug. Pipes are being buried in the sand. Like this is what he had in 2021 when I had that discussion with him, giving Gambia access to all these basic amenities. And he's definitely on track. If you go to rural Gambia, you will sense the difference and you'll see the change in livelihood within those communities. This is not politics. This is development. This is what we call national interest. President Barrow, no matter how long he serves, he goes, another government, another president status, these amenities are here and we'll all continue to enjoy. But it happened during his time. We'll give him the credit and say kudos to him and pray that he does more that will benefit this country.
Very good. So shall we do a bit local language? Shall we?
Of course.
Very good. Assalamualaikum baringol munube lamoy kang Vibes FM 106.1 yimpengom tembengoto radio min felale manjay kunda komin dalta ka kenya min nadrong arabaw arabang ka mol soto jang min yalong kon ni ka kachal soto ko lamun yalong ko lebe dending bangko kang being amin soto jang woleng dudu jati jamaya kalamuta atemu APRC la diamula no malankolti bari Jamal fana ya kalamuta ko abota APRC la sign a joint President Barola NPP party okang nga dudu janyi ninka angale kangoto mune atinna a bondita a resign ta ka bondi APRC kata NPP.
Barka bake Usman be kontonda la moyla be dawada mbal be kontonda surtout menul kanyim programme follow la nyinin karo kumayata meyo sabu palaso ni amara ni keta nyaton koti molkoto inyanta doko kela molie munatinna e o palaso dila wala munatinna e o palaso mara wati sotota kamunta ko nyanta mankela amam bambannum bake moltarta no nyinin karo la doliaje to some extent man tarafenna anum kamem fonna kol benka dendinin dinola ni palaso maray man tara sambaka nyamen kila salam ya fo nyamen ako nyaton ko mu molla bindano leti ni man tara ka wodo ko kya nyama membe teata wolo mi palaso murundi andu ngafole anata wato men nat fanan na family na badi ngol mi alon ko ni denta ilaftanu men na wolo nga politiko landi karala nga certain call topato mi alon ko badi ya kolom andum pour ka sambani politiko akakolya bake nyinne atinna serum sunkaro nyin kono ka munta kol mo sanji kilia men soto resignta from APRC bari manta party from the national executive benum party wokono hanibi manta party kotento watolo mi alon ko party jamal natale num be lafta num pour nga kafu ila party ol to bari ngo mbem fonyo la fonyato nga kol jibe mbakela nyamen sa nyim kol abe kol kono mi atina resignta num from the APRC andum atata for karitanga ninkeling jannimbe kafula the National People's Party memo NPP.
Okay. So Jamal fana ya foko e hakili fulo soto ila nying move nyin doka bondi APRC kata NPP because ye mim fo wala nyin diko niaji be APRC wol ning NPP bulo be nyokono so ila bo ka bondi APRC kata NPP tolma o faham ye mune soto be min jabla ko
politiko lebe wala nyama molbe buka song ibe mento molbe te sonna ilafta menkela mirol ka fatala jel nyar buka ke kilenti bari mawuli dorong na menke ngake politiko asiata doyata molle ben koma ni ka nyomoyle ni ka ku jamale kacha dol bije fa wol manke politician ti bali ilata dudu jala andon dudu jabe ko kuto ikalole kam fasa ni kacha kele jannimbe any decision tala na nyinkol nyinto andun kulo miyalon ko amandiya doliye minul be APRC minul be parti dolla bare adiyata doliye minul kaman sakunda fasa minul be NPP woli en jiya bake e duwa kene yela kontano itande anin ku jama dunya be larin wala nyama ni be ko kuto kujibe miyalon ko ite nimmol min yalon ko alkanyo moy alaje ko nyinnom kuti men betata nyanta men kala bari e ko ku fo e ko ku ke fo balannal se talaje fo mol se taraje miyalon ko wolte sonna ite men fo wala e men bar
so muna keta sababol ti dudu jabota APRC atata NPP fo kulle be je mu yalon ko patio tamandiri bulo le mu yalon ko dudu jani wo mang align coming a jerinya ani wo tamandiri bulu nyal man kilia wayatina abota APRC atata NPP anim fanang Fobirin Dudu Jabe resign la from APRC to NPP. Anala moli akacha leba. Ning aning ya akacha. Muna keta quality ya mimfa jena la resignation otemo.
Abarka bake politigo ni tata patiwo patito ni kafutema problem ol buka bay miralo liye wali wo buka bay wo be patiol beleto sa ninko nga kolya kule soto wala molle kankele APRC wala ekol kolya andi nga jebula nin tata pati doto ninga the same ko taraje woto kamunta konte silaje nyinul be politiko da kono bar nte nganya tele menna wolom doko men nyanta kelan kam focus wala bake madama mbe doko ke ka nyama ndela sewo ko mu wolati bari kom nga fo komanto wati soto ta APRC pour kan na doko ka nyama mambamba num bake angalel ka men fo domansi ka munta ko palaso be bulu bari men nyanta mantara ka ke kan mol ka futema ka sola kibarola ibuka dino nte mbewole nyama men nyanta nimma ke doron nga saba komale nga chance di modola pour wol yake wol ya tamandi foning alfal wala nyaton kol nsitan kachata ha amam folo bila nene ketale 2023 kabrin na family lota ya menje ko sanya APRC la nga ka fo NPP la kamunta ko mennyanta ya menlong kom ten nyan se menkeno abe sembo sotola nimbe NPP dina nimbe APRC nim party leader sitale fa bakari tombong jata tata ya ala korda kono membe kanifin aitandala na family mem fo lafta menna adwa tanye a kontanta anata kan yamari nyanta men kala ni taje hakilo to nyinna nyinke kana nyinke nata lata o sutola so manda juno APRC executive members dolu yen komandi ko ye memmoy amante ya gali anay man la finga patio bula dol bije ila diamo kono fo ikumbota sotu musol la karola mbalo nata ka fa bake ana bentani sango menna wala local government election nyimme ya carte fa wala sifa anu iko awocho awatola wonyanta jibela mambetea ni announcement keta kibarol janjan ko dudje APRC say call man demande i futata NP ko ha sañ kolbe kala nyani nyameng ay tu APRC nga tenteng surtout ñing carte fay watola ni wo tambita maybe kol sa jiba be ke nyama bari 2023 for 2025 for la kono no resign ta lafta fennam faye wala tinnan kanyin kolke hani comme nga fo nyamen na family ba kono anu mol minim ben ko ma politiko kono nyibe kanyo moyle sañ ha mawuli doron kon tata NPP gali akala mutale andun kabrin tata vanang ning MPP nyaton kol sita nkachata pour nga kafu patiwol ye APRC la pati nyaton ko fa bakari ya kolle ya faye anu afango dunyata ako pasi dije ntesetano sa manke kom doli ya mira nyame wulta doron tata MPP hani kacha ketale nyaton kol tema inata ka kamben ko problem tije pour nga kafu je adina mol mam venje comme APRC ye safero ke wala diamo fintita kom pati dol ka ke nyameng parce que kulom mi alon ko gali ya kala mutale nyaton ko ya kala muta aya sata executive members dolla min bota NPP la karola andung isontala ski dol yen kolle afonya hani bi dol do tanye tata dati men ngato je na ha momenti ala semma ko ngati mande problem mantara nite.
Very good. So dudu jahe tata la sita faya je ko kanda ha oda maneng solution oti for ketale bang itata for up to a position wala to a level dami yalon ko ya feel ko nyo kay daha da manne solution oti
wo nene ketale in 2021 carte fay sango nyinna ngasa fele nun na Facebook page o ma fo ko benda hala totally bari just pour to take a break ka watindin ta ngam fonyo politigola ambera o last level 3 4 hours montor watinani amantambi wala mo jamale na atakan call do honorable Babu Gay Sonko anene keta APRC National Youth Mobility akonyo ko nga calls men soto dan from state ka diamu ye ko yemenke bela filala wo decision bay akonyo ko ngedani muru Facebook ya safe ko ya bay kabrin na ka chata murta Facebook nga safe ko ngawo bayle bari nyimbe family ko lom andu nata ka message jama soto dolien kolle dolie audio kinyenan hani for diaspora dol ka fanyo ko ndeman suto sinono man simanno wo time o ngalo ne ko tonya ntela lodula nyim banko ka manke dammale be politiko kono bari molbe koma dol ko nyako fa nie fonyo politiko lan dol fana mbebe mfonya la politiko non politician businessman ol dol yen kumandi ko nyako next time kana nyin decision si fata bari futan tol lan tol mo alfa letin se yamari nyanta men kala wala tinna nyina mawuli doro ngake kom ngafo nyamen sita 11 months janimbe decision ko tentala kom men yen soto non 2021 karantale man la fi woye 50 kotenke ngamol engage ni kachata sila nyinne be bete ala ite woto nyimmo ko lati lodula sutele ko nyim banko ka keta nyaawo na sutu politician o itantem fanti mume karadobi je itele tamu karadobi je molle tamu woto molla kawro nyinna ini nyanta ka nyomoyle alka kamben kula ni lafta ila politigo ye lo sin fulala pour ay bambam fana wala molye taraka molye continue ka tare koma foye mol kalamuta.
So commander lal momo lofta commandero ke la pour que ida bulandi programme ko no sinin nombal commandino le mo 75 25 555 7525 555 memo 7525 555 57 hani sandrom Mr. Jan si continue. Okay, audio nene fintita kibarol fintita ko duduja molba normally from the diaspora, in the country ka fasa. So ebe jela kan de wona jara
awe problem bale dinna
okay mune keta o kuoni na karola munati na dudu jamanta ka fansum patiolo nyatara ko tonya ka mim foko ala politiko banko ka ngai o sile munati na dudu jamanta fansum political patiolo dan kata ka join president barola NPP.
Mashallah wo folota nyaadi le ninna kafunyo dol start le 2022 iko nga political movement londi andung nga fasaro nyi nga soto andung kabri nga pastef la ko moy Senegal ila politiko ye mtol nyabole atio lallo dula ibe lori nyamen ntol nga miralol men soto anin na patil tetanona nga traile patio katama nyamen bare amandu non ko ngan na political movement londi ka je ko mamma ngombe kala wala nga tola di Patriotic Front a registrate hani bi abe kerin bari man nyaton ko soto kabri ngalo dolphin tita iko pour nte nga nyaton ka anko hani mbe APRC le palaso le ben buluje nte any other kafo nyaton ka bari nse tarano je kan na miro di na fero nyimbe mbe doko kenyo kanne anu jama balu yalon ko ntolle lo atola mbe fondinkel andu mense atambe APRC fobi nyaton koti je mbijele nga idea jamale soto wole kam mako na politique kenyala andun symbole ba koma san dolu nata kanyin kala muta iko ha ibela fila fang pour ntol nga register ka ke patiti ibe mako ilale ibe kodo kala tenninte pour nga president sira ya nyini bari nene mason kom nga fo komanto na angale kacha nyinto ko kila se salam ko momo ka palaso nyini alkana diala woto ahlu sunna wal jamaa ila lodula mumenti palaso mota nyini bari ni mol kambenta ko mbe lafla la yeke nyinti wala mbe nyindile la ni ano isata wo molle lafita molle be fasala molle be koma bari ni ite a nyini wo mukulati mi alon ko amanke ahlu sunna la taran siloti woto dol tata ka fo president barako nte laftan na fansum pate lola ka bondi ala president sira yato wala na kabri afo njeleta ay diamu jamale sabu ay ku jamale nati dole en approach le kanyinin ka ngasata ya be tata nyamen bari ko mi alon ko tumirol dun tajele moli afo nyamen ando aketa nyamen amanke kilinti ndebuka non kula natara laftanu wala be fintel ngako ha nyin naketa ntolo nyaton ko dan nun laftanu wala dole nyinin ka bari nataka kol koinde na
Mr. Jarang kaya kita mulu jang yara fa mobile we farin and be normal ku
ayo
hello
odo sunkaro no le
si so okay ka number repeat wrong no more after kumandiro kela 7525 555 7525 525 saba bitung jarang kaya kita mulu yara mobile o nyimba charge kan nenu mirana tanante mamala abenaren jam bitung be nombal fangka ani sain dorong ani sain si continue Mr. Ja Gambia no jamal beje mi yalon kon te fango kundi on sa fo bulata wolle kono e jamal ya mirako dudu jabe kafula Talib Ahmed Bensouda la UMC patiolo because bering kibarol fintita ko Talib ya fansum patiolo ya okay nga kola ta folo okay ha kunduda kola in kunduda ya bering Talib ya patiolo iketa moti mi yalon ko farman sata bake ka makoy jamal fo ya mirako nyo kay Talib ba sambala nyolal andungi fintita fanan kay tan ni molla koy mantra UDP bari ibe Talib fasalal sai muna naw fasar kilingo man continue Talib la karola fo itata barola NPP patio Gambia no laptalo
zabar ko baga dia mu jabale sabu fana fo dol minul be pasi kono dol en kolle mo jama kamem fo nyunu molia moyle ko ilafta tala UDP ko hani ndema wo fo anu wonte kuti mi alon ko sabatil hani bimbe APRC dol nata kam manene dol yen dani ko kana APRC kono mam pati o bula ni wobe kala alba kala mutale ngawo fale taliw la ko na badi ngolom na brodalom na terolom na meta nyonna kabring 2021 lom fang amanke biti nene tata la office ta kachata ku jamala ngai tandala ko ntembe APRC wo taybo UDP ko lo mabeno UDP pour nga kafonya la ko nte forcé no la ena UDP kafuta UDP la mbese wala bake bara nena mam forcé nena mam batandi fana wodi amalo kacha wala kacha sabu nasiya Talib la mole natanka akonya ko laftale itenin Talib aliye do ko ke hanna manke politique di bari KMC la ko la itemu KMC dingoleti be sabatirin KMC to meo mako afasa abe menna semboso membe mbulu safono ko amansia bari sendo manding la fano abe menna yinne samba Talib naka silen ka kacha municipality la ko la ku jamale kacha taje bari amanke it was based wala focus ning pour politique ko la andun dol ya mirako ninga APRC bulambe kafula je UMC la nyadi na diatanum bake na ekol soto akan invite len kamabe ay wo bunyale dinna lonne ko nyimfa na ka kuja makacha aya suma moyle te ko la bake la launching ngamitin killing attend janin launching ninka ke kabri iba organize kan abeke kan nyani but nta tata je the patriotic front toyala comme nga political movement mem foye woli ya kala mutale ni tata num fo talibia na members dol minul ya lonko wala initiate wala lo ni talib sitan kachata wolo mbe doko kala nyokan nyaadi amanke pour kaka fu UDP salatin na invite wo meeting tata jeka the patriotic front represent nkachata ku jamaketa then ila lonti nying yen invite tata kamabe ya opportunity dinna pour nga diamu about wolom information la kumaya about communication la kumaya ndiabo tan wala bari kabri wo fintita na mole amera ko sanka liro futata tongota ninga nyimbula dorong as abetala joint kalib la wala kafu UDP la wolle NPP mol wulinti pour ka fada ko al naisi nyimmeta la manke biti wal ko nyako from 2021 te do ku bale ke nyin alliance la kola minul makala muta molya moyle manke boninti sa janning molbe fole la yeta do la ko tenke bela fila menna wolom ye soutien tolla ye kata NPP la nga doko men commencé den se wala banga tenteng nyin newo ko sabu bari wo time obe ni talib nyin ka ba fole nga fa nendembe APRC ye bari nasulata na services lan ka dile talib dam mantem pati dolbe gambe jang dolme bi la nena man tafika kafu man taka kafu galla party la bari nte believe ta nyim banko la kola memba sambala nyato ibe opposition ruling party lom ni sulata na idea la kilim fulan sa dila adipenta gal ba manet la nyambe meta ka nyinkele so nyim manke kuti mi maybe mo mante finti la kafo mo jama ko ntele nyinke wala ntele nyindi mo la hani ntela taransilo man tarawanya
and sign number 7525 7525 555. Mr. Ja, kumakang oldo fanam biring irisign ta kola natan sata. Hello, assalamualaikum.
Assalamualaikum bedi.
Bejandro.
Kotande.
Tanante.
Ikonon golle.
Bebeje.
Yo mbe on ko dugu ja konton.
Ise mako ye to fo mola ni be komandiro la mundo.
Le de la wala le.
Okay, problem tal.
Tatara de.
Problem tal.
On ko dugu ja mo kendo le mo. Andu adan kenyatta fana. Ni aje ayen kumolu men be so ja aje mo dan kenya kumolu ti. Asa no para kwata kila funana na molu sita ikajata. Ni idea men dia da atota man. Ndere na manyonje bari ngalon ka fo adan kenyatta le. La fana ando akakuma kendo le fo mole menka du mol sondo mol fana inshallah mba kontona yama
baraka wela moy okay saja ni kuma soro lafta ka mim fayakan genin be continuer la nyinin karol nyinna
ya mbaten tula mbajayla ala watu taka kafu programme nyinto ay membe fo mba fala ko baraka nya siata molka nyin kuma sifal mem fonye ntembe ko kuto ngamera ko mbakela na banko ye nake mbakela na banko molye bari ngalon ne fana molbe te sewola ngalodu yala bari wotati nan tenga faling nyabe lori menkan gambia la nyatota la interest fombe ku sotolante fe o manko ma na harje be alal bulu jongo nyanta mengo men sotal ba sotala bari doko mo man nyanna ke stop ka foko kana nyinke ni man nyin soto wala iman nyin soto atuje hani ntemeta APRC la ngamembe ke ngake ko na nyantolom pour ngake ala kamma man jonyini je man fe nyini je woto be molbe ya marela momo politician oti ko ku ni ba kela ke ala kamma.
Okay, hani sign number 7525 555 momo lafta komandiro kala dro sinin number komandi ke dablandi programme nyin kono 7525 555. Mr. Ja nga nyinin karo soto lafta ke nyinin kaminna dorong kola natanang abe kono nyinin karo wala nyinti ko biring kibarol findita ko ibota APRC le itata NPP ikafuta President Barola ruling party kan ya fo ko patio dolbe je ya be economy mu PDOISD GDC anim party tola mankol ko e kumandi nanne pour yena ye kafu kan afo gambiano le neatra PDOIS be patiol kono muni alon ko li approach la pour yene la patio kan jama lem nyim molti muni alon ko le be PDOIS muni e kumandi pour yena kafu kan honorable Halifa Sallah lembang fo Sidia Jata lembang fo Suwaibu lembang gambiano laftalon
barka avanke ila nyaton kolti comme molie minulong dol bije nakoto malom atebe Angleterre banko kan na kakachale akan yamari ku jamale aka to men use on social media great thinker doni aka Sheikh Baile use mo jamalo nun tola a metale kan yamari amanke biti sa fono from 2021 akan advice le ku jama kamem fonye alhamdulillah bi nga nafa jele abe mol kono atem mem pipi bido a esta e kafo en ko ku jamale be ngam yano ka nafa soto bake la kuma kamalto ako zaman sakunda ma ko ne ke fasa surtout nyin karola ila do ko le ka membe ke ka fintindi pour mol yalo membe ke ko be kala ku bati honorable Musa Cham yalon ko wolom MPT serekunda nakoto malom aninna koto ma wala katanyola muta kom ala brotherty and always aka fonye ko akanya ko naye kafu PDOS ngado ko ke ise nyato soto jele ila nyato tabije ku jama kan be APRC amanke bikuti anum PDOS mu patile timi alon ko ngabu nyabake ila lodula ila nyaton ko honorable Halifa Sala honorable Sidia mandali swaibula bake bari ibe mol kono mi alon ko Idrissa Diallo ila former admin secretary sa atamatale nidi atabake ga ku jamale ke nyokanne surtout kabring Halifa Keta coachati di interparty committee IPC mbenu njele ka APRC represent nie ku jamale ke nyola nga ku jamale karang Halifa Bulu woto tonya fam pour ka kafu PDOS ninna molson na family ndolu comme ka fo nyin anu nika kachale ka kamben kula ni belota nun ka fanya kota PDOS wallahi mbe kafula PDOS
aba kono ila diamol kono yenyim fole ko ila kafo president Barola wo kono ina e nyojele al kachatale bankola nyatuta bankola wala imantra place nyini kanje gambian ol be kere muni alon ko hani sai si nyini karo kenola wala be nyini karo kala ba fula ko okay diatra wala manke interesti muna atina be bondila APRC abeda NPP hani sa si sabatino APRC le while abe president Barrow semben
ku mi alon ko imankelia nimbe APRC NPP patio abetama la nyamen ndate tarano la olto bari nimbe NPP patio be mengo men ndase tarano koto alon ka president fasa nibe banta anu nibe konoto amanke kilenti nibe konoto ibe assessment sotola to information kibarol menkake to call mi alon ko pati kolom nibe banta itewo sotonola sa call manke kilenti aka munta ko momen lafta APRC fasa la bari amantara pati okon yalon kacha dol bi jefa wote kala nyala maybe call mi alon ko wol ya fille ko nyanta nyinne kala mutala nyanta nyinne lon ne be woda maleti lela bari memba sonende memba tareyande la memba tina e sembo soto wolom nibe pati oto president be damen is a opportunity andu ne kumol fo mol be lala ko nyimbe men na tonyalo bari ni man tara pati o kono dol sa hakili fula soto ase keno abe fenne nyini kan wala ninga kibar dol diala ta futandila nyama wala sa fendo la kan bari ni be pati o kono kamunta ko italo idaba kono le andu fenten sewonde la fente diala nya katambi nga NPP tara damen kilim fula nga lafaje mol be yalon ne ko NPP rabenu janne ay nyato ta sotol ntembe wala nyama molta sosola nataro APRC kabrinye kafundi la national executive ye palaso dinna e chance dinna pour nga mamma nga doko ke patio ku jama bi je mi alon ko ntenga kele ando ay patio nafale ntembe wala nyam tata dawoda ni nga tara keme nsekilin la fano je nga tara nyame wala nga tara dame andu wala be diala nyefana ni nga be grassroot konon tata dula jamalto na wo video fintita o time of mo jama malon ko be NPP dol nata kaje ko ngela video jela kamunta ko be NPP ko ha to nyalo woto mam
time
ko konta
ndale fa si nyinin kar kilindi la dron jenimbe fitla studio kono wala nyinti ko Dudu ja as politician akamune kalamuta abalokan tumomi yalon ko ala video kotol wala la audio kotol fintita mol ba jalaila okay kunu yenyine fo anim bibe baraka minna imanke kilindi dudu ja kamune feel na o audio sifal wala o video sifal
sometimes jelo la kemuta amanke kukutati atatita kabrin 2021 sangola carte fanying lota nun janne ngombe president Barrow fasala pour ay gagner andung kabringa ofo mo jama starta ikang attack kumo fain kang doli nenne starta kanyem video kuntu ka janjang wo bukam monia bukang jija bake nte na background mu IT leti ICT nga social media lonne nga internet lodde surtout video ka kuntu nyamen ika diamo leta ito lafta mem moyla wala diamo mi alon ko is against man sakunda wala modolu ika wolle janjang bari ni diamo bela moy ika lon nako ke mol kamen janjang anu aya fo nyamen amanke clienti andu ngafe meye wala president baro ana man sakunda o man problem soto woto na sitalen ka kacha anena ma nyininka wala kabulo chodi wala from 2021 wo man problem soto bari mol mini halon ko ite tolti je man itol fo wolle ka janjang akamo itani la wolom politics anu ika janjam men kamma wona ay audiol mo afango ka jalele anu ay politique kenya lon anu kabrimba fo kanne amanke ko nga kumale la wala nga faniale la man sakunda kan wo ko lebe kerin non anu wo time wo mu 2019 nati APRC benun opposition ko membe kerin nga wala sata nimol ko mune fanita ku jamale falinta 2019 kana for 2026 amanke kilinti wo time o NPP te kerin bari bi NPP bi jele mi alon ko patiole a fasa le kafutanyo coalition patu kan ka falin kamben nung dolu baita diamo be jannin janan no sabo bi jele baro UDP atala nyanta ya nyaton ko hani atenteng wo time o jane commission ne nata banta TRRC wato mi alon ko banko be dundi nyokono non development jamale sotota 2017 2019 nabe kontila ate siala nyobe ka même fo ka banko la kwalle lijante nun ka londi ala simful la pour banko eta natara bile nga fo nun molselo no kamfani en ka fanyo ko hani man to nya fo president baro e kurango nati ay silol dadale ay schoolol lole ay lapitano lole bari wo time wo kol bete caring andum nena man ni misanga même fo nga fo molle nko nga même fo no hanni ni president baro sita sa sen kan ko teke mam problem soto bari don la politique abe wala nya surtout dol be kamfari ne atata NPP wo man dia galie ika video janjang man tana soto dol ya kinyenan na WhatsApp kabri video dara janni ba janjanna ando mari be diaspora ko nyako ite munna molete bari fon sen janjang ka ko hako isa post no ya janjam molte man te man problem soto molla lodu la politiko kono ngawo bunyale nga respect le nga molle je fay kan neng ika kuma jamale lankan dol ka fa nyako batata la man depasso soto say dol ka fa ko lafta palace wala nyimbe molla mirolo kabri manta NPP nga depasso soto santata NPP man depasso soto ya ya ala tingola miro jele ka falo ka lafta palasola ni lafta palasola sanyi ni no hanni manta NPP na APRC mo jelle palaso soto ando man ka fu NPP la bari nte lafta menkala andu na family na mon nimminul kanyopo ibe lafta nyinnala andu politique mo lebe koma kane ko di mola kane ala bije hanna tara ite maje bari nyimbe Gambia na politigo be wala nya ate bayno landu molbe tenten na ka janja hani 2031 ninga nyati linkarte fayola di same video mol ba janja na kota ke oto wonto tanati ninga je nka jelele doron
mona wekele la kuma la bawti bari wato bandale ferem
tonya ke tentu ke jey njia programme tonya men media la ko amanke kuti men soniata be technician alfanan kontonna be tentu la be jey la nyaaje mol kanje mol kam moy itol la doko le nyata itol le ba koma andum bela fila kom headlines o men dita ko dudija angale kango to ton code ngalo ko dolta understand la akamunta ko ngan ko di patila ntata pati do to mialon ko inim pati o mbota damen ibe rival le akamunta ko from pati fula mialon ko ibuka nyo moy ibuka nyo kalamuta anu wosi fana keta kamoja kono bari saferolom kangolom angale kangolom andum doltije maybe ni dolya ondage bafo niye ku bale bari APRZ NPP alliance olom aka munta ko ka bonan salo kono yedum cabinet o kono amanke kuti mi alon ko kubalom anin NPP alliance ko DPRC bula anata NPP wol ma safe horoma ya lon ne ko na doku nyolomiti manyanna ka kuma dol safe wala pour ka janjang ando nyimmu ko lati mi alon ko motewol sosola ntele interview pick wolto and media kata dulajma anunte molen kumandi dawda bitaje le silom na kacha bari na kumala bango be kala munti wala mba kon fala dame gambia mun na bankolati momo ye nyanto soto wala nya lafta tarla dame taraje bari nga banko ladde nyatili ngola ko gambia na bete ata mbelele man sakunda be menna pour molulo silo nada data ta fala ko NPP mol damale be silo nyingone hani mbele be access soto la woto mbe dua kala his excellency president Adama Barrow ala ya makoy ala hamola ngani menti a timmandi ni gambia bete ata mbele mansa kunda na sita de nyanta ku kilingole kela kadua mansa e kadua ala mansa kunda pour ye nyimbanko do kuno ye nafa nata ni yirwa membe nafa la ntefe politigo ala majority ala londo mi alon ka tembeta a nyanta kela wo nya bari nyin ka jafiro nyo nendiro kamoda man fenki janga menke man bete ya silo nyin kumando bije muslimo nyanta hakilo to la bake dol ka mem mulong ka munta ko hasidia wala dol lafta menna bojen tol la pati sije nyo sabo se ata bake bari banko mbetalom baro tanala momo sitaje gambia be kala gambia inshallah
baraka bake e wato minta pour kane dankuna invitation ola fanambe inimbara la bake o kamala badingol wato en dandi janne te fenkala drom furuka sarodi fo arabanala inshallah ala baraka bye bye
Ramadan weer bu gën ci